Hello and welcome back to the barn. Now I'm here today because quite often get asked this question. Oh, let's go in here, it's a bit quieter, they're busy working down there on their vans, so we'll go in the tea room and I'll start this video again. Now, one question I always get asked on my channel concerning diesel heaters is, can you run a diesel heater in a house? Or can you heat a house using a diesel heater? So I put this question to maXpeedingrods and they simply came back to me and said no, they do not recommend you use a diesel heater inside a domestic dwelling. Well, they didn't say you couldn't use it inside a big chicken shed, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to be installing this diesel heater into Adrian's tea room, kitchen, dining area, rest room, as we like, whatever Adrian likes to call it. But anyway, before we talk about the diesel heater, let's take a look at what Adrian's up to and give you a little update on his van build. So I'm sure a lot of you will be interested to see that. Alright, AD!
Oh, we're getting snowed on!
You're getting snowed on?
Yeah, a bit of expanding foam in the ceilings, helping adhesive or glue this to the ceiling. And I put a little bit too much in. Yeah,
that stuff does tend to expand. It does exactly what it says on the tin.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how much insulation are you putting in a roof?
2 inches.
2 inches? Where are you going? Arctic Circle?
I hope so.
You really?
Yeah,
no,
definitely.
I was only joking.
Yeah, no, Northern Finland.
Rather you than me, mate.
Yeah. Only live once. Oh, there we go, snowing.
You left old here, mate, by the way, look.
That's for my solar panel wiring.
Yeah, I can see through it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you put a bung in there or something?
It will be, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
I've got a bung to go in.
I'm not picking holes.
Yeah. Oh, very witty. Go on then, Mel. Cut across there.
Oh, what, for your sliding door glass?
Yeah, for your sliding door glass.
Oh, yeah. I'd highly recommend using an angle grinder to cut across there first. Mind you, that's really close. It's not like a Ford.
Yeah.
No, you're going to use a jigsaw on the outside.
On the outside, yeah.
Yeah, no, leave it like that. Because there's
and then just cut through it.
Yeah, just cut through it. Yeah, because it's touching.
Yeah.
Hang on, because it's touching. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. But I would drill a hole here.
Yeah.
And here.
Yeah.
So that when you go outside, you can mark it across.
Through. Yeah.
So you know you're in the right place.
All right. Cool.
And drill multiple holes around the edges.
Gonna mark out the windows first.
Yeah. Yeah. If you need that, let me know.
Thank you.
But I'm going to fit your diesel heater for you.
Oh, brilliant. That'll be nice to have a toasty dining room.
I don't mind helping you do your windows as well.
Cool. Cool.
Look at that.
Yeah, just don't get snowed on.
Oh, no. I've got my best hat on as well, so I better not.
Don't get dripped on.
I'm going out.
Cheers, fella.
Alright, give us a shout if you want in.
Lovely, thank you.
Right, we'll let Adrian fit his glass. I hope you measured it properly.
I will double check.
Yeah, don't do a John. Right, let's go and fit his diesel heater for him. Oh, by the way, I didn't bring any tools.
That's alright. I've got all the tools you need.
You did say that. Now, before we go and sort the diesel heater out, let's have a quick word with Justin. Alright, Justin, how you doing?
Hello, hello.
So what are you doing? You're building?
So I'm building my camper van. It's a Citroen Relay L4 H3, so the high boy and the long one. And yeah, it's a bit slow at the moment, but things are coming along now. Just got the subfloor in and working on the windows today.
Yeah.
So Mel's going to give us some tips for doing the windows. He's done a few of them.
Just a few.
So lucky we got him here.
Yeah. And you're going to start a YouTube channel and start vlogging?
I'm going to start a YouTube channel, yeah. So I'm going to put the whole build on there. And then when we're traveling, I'm going to be traveling with my girlfriend as well. And we're going to try and do a channel, see how it goes. I haven't started my channel yet, but I will be starting it soon. Just focusing on a bit of the build, and then I'll get some content up there after this. But yeah, I'm thinking my channel name, Jazzy the Camper Cuzzy.
I'd work on it for you.
Yeah.
Sleep on that one.
Yeah, so
He's got all the gear, look.
Got all the gear, no idea.
Oh, you'll get there, I'm sure. I've still got no idea. or any of the gear.
Yeah.
No, you've got everything we need.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's nice. We've got all the tools here we can share, and it's a good space to work in. All the ideas, all the tools. and it's really helped me a lot already. I've been here about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and I mean, just all the ideas bouncing off one and each other. It's been great. It's been really helpful.
Well, I'll let you get on. I'm going to go and fit a diesel heater in the tea room.
See ya.
So there you go. I'll let you know later on in this series of videos what Justin's YouTube channel is. I'm sure he would appreciate your support. Right, let's take a look at this diesel heater and I'll run you through what I'm going to do. So here we are back in the tea room. This is the diesel heater I'm going to be fitting in here. And one of the other questions I often get asked is how do we connect a 12 volt DC diesel heater to a 240 volt AC supply. That is the biggest problem of using any 12 volt DC appliance in a domestic situation. But luckily, purely by chance, the maXpeedingrods all-in-one diesel heater like this one has got an adapter in the back. Not only have you got this 12 volt lead, you've also got this plug here, and it clearly says on this plug it's 12 volt, even though it looks like a domestic plug. It's kind of like the plug you get in the back of a kettle or a microwave or a fridge or something like that. And the reason they've got this plug in the back is because they do actually sell a 12 volt adapter as well. But the strange thing is you can't buy this adapter on their website. You have to buy this off of Amazon. And in case you're wondering, no, they didn't send me this for free. I actually paid for this. I bought it off Amazon and it was 25 quid. And when I looked this morning, they'd actually sold out of these, so they must be quite popular. It is basically just a 240 volt to 12 volt transformer, and this simply plugs. Oh, that don't look very good. Not too sure I like the look at this. Look at that, it looks kind of melted. And I haven't used this yet. This is straight out of the box. I hope this works. Maybe we should try that first before we do anything else. Anyway, like I was saying, when I looked this morning on Amazon, these were actually out of stock, but I did find another one, but it didn't have this plug on the end. On the output, it just had a 12 volt cigarette light socket type adapter on the back. So if you are looking at doing something like this, I will leave a link in the description of this video to the adapter that I found on Amazon with the 12 volt plug on it. I think all you need to do is simply cut that off and then join it to these 12 volt wires on the diesel heater, just to make it simple. But yeah, I don't like the look of that anyway. I don't think I'll recommend using these. Anyway, let's get rid of the 12 volt wire. So we're going to get rid of the 12 volt cable. Hopefully this will plug into here. I must admit, I've not tried it yet. Oh, there we go, that does actually plug in now, so that's good. Oh, so I'm not going to switch it on, I just want to see if it powers up. Let's have a look. Ah yeah, we got power there, and it says 12 volts as well. So there you go, that's how we're going to power the diesel heater inside the tea room. We're simply going to use a 240 AC to 12 volt DC inverter. This one I wouldn't recommend buying it because of the state of this plug. I mean, it does look a bit melted, a bit horrible, not the best of quality, but I will put a link in the description to to a similar one that I found on Amazon. And if you search for one yourself on Amazon, just make sure that it's rated to 15 amps, because there are quite a few on there that are only rated to 10 amps. And these do draw almost 15 amps when they initially start up. So just be careful if you're searching for one of these yourself. But like I say, I did find one on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description of this video to the one that I found, even though I've not bought it. I actually bought this one because it's got the plug on it. Yeah, a bit dubious about that, and it was 25 quid. Right. So to install this all-in-one diesel heater, it's really simple. All I need to do is drill a hole through the wall, attach an exhaust pipe, and switch it on. It couldn't be any easier. Really simple to install. Now the exhaust I've got for this is the standard exhaust pipe, but it does come with some lagging, thankfully. So after all, this wall is wood, so before I turn this on, I'm going to make sure the exhaust pipe is all lagged to eliminate any risk of it actually catching fire. I don't think Adrian would be too pleased if that happened. Right, let's crack on and get this installed. So the first thing we're going to do, because we need to drill a hole through the wall, and the exhaust on the bottom of this diesel heater, as you can see here, the exhaust outlet is quite close to this edge, and there's no way that this exhaust pipe is going to bend enough to come out of the back hole here. Does that make sense? So it's got to come in and it's got to go through the wall. So what we're going to do is get Callier to drill a hole through the bench and then through the wall, allowing us to bend the exhaust like that, hopefully, and have it exit out through the wall. And also there's an air intake, so to make sure we get the holes in the right place, I'm simply going to use one of these mounting plates from another diesel heater that I just happen to have kicking around. We're going to place that on top of there, drill the 2 holes in there, and then drill the hole through the wall to find where, and we want this as far back as possible so that we can get as much exhaust going out through the wall, because they're not very long, those exhausts. So what we're going to do is just simply lay that like that, eyeball it up like that. I reckon about, this gives a little bit of wiggle room, so it's a little bit forward in the holes. And that's about it, I reckon. What do you reckon? Does that look good?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Yeah? Right, there you go. Have you got a marker pen? Well, we couldn't find a marker pen, but luckily we got a woodworking pencil. So we're going to mark this.
I want to say this one will be the right size for it.
They can be too big, it doesn't matter. The bigger actually the better, because the exhaust does get hot, so you want this wood not to touch the exhaust. So yeah, let's have a look what you got. I've got another one up.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, look, that's huge. That's probably about the size I use in my van. 44mm for those of you that are interested.
Just 2 big ones there, yeah?
Yep. What's happening is now, if you pull that out, you look at the teeth, see these teeth? They're full of sawdust. So they clog up. Because they're clogged, it stops cutting. So what you do, as you push and you release, and then you'll see the sawdust fly out.
But you don't need to like get rid of it or anything?
No, because the central probably not the best drill to use, because it's quite slow. Let's put it on that, shall we? Try that. Now
just
it's on
how
a
you
faster,
just did it.
now it's on a faster speed, it'll
like,
be easier.
There,
So get that in the middle.
cones?
No, it doesn't matter. There you go, right there.
Okay, and then
Pull the trigger right up. That's it. We'll put a cross there like that.
okay.
So now we need to get a screwdriver to take
Yes,
that
I
out.
can do that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've got one on the bench.
Righto. You see how simple this is? Even a 16-year-old girl can do it. So, I'll do that. I think that's the screw there your dad's putting through the wall.
Yeah, is it that way? To pull it out?
To do that way. That's it.
In there.
It's in through that way like that, so you need to angle it. Now, because there's insulation inside the wall, we're going to use a couple of old baked bean tins. We're going to tape them together, and that is going to give us a fire shield against that insulation. And the insulation is like this rock wool stuff, which is fireproof anyway, but just to be on the safe side, we're going to still put this fire shield through the wall, and also the exhaust. I'm going to insulate this as well with some fiberglass insulation exhaust wrapping. That way to ensure that we don't have any mishaps. Right, back in a minute. So there you go, there's our 2 baked bean tins joined together, and these hopefully are going to form a fire shield. Poke that through the hole. To hold these in place, we're going to get that silver foil tape again and then stick it around the edges, and then leave a nice little bit of heat shield on the wood as well, just to be on the safe side. For those of you that are wondering, there is absolutely nothing the other side of this wall, just a muddy trench, a drainage ditch that Adrian dug earlier on in the week. So we know there's no bushes or anything behind here, because Adrian did actually clear it all. So there we go, there's the hole in the wall. It's fully insulated using 2 old soup cans and a bit of silver tape. Doesn't look pretty, so I wouldn't recommend you doing this in your house, but obviously it's okay in your shed, or in this case Adrian's barn. I think this is going to work really well, and if it does work, I'm certainly going to be fitting another diesel heater in this property, but over in the bay that Adrian has allotted me for when I work on my van. So in the winter I can have a nice bit of heat coming my way as well. Right, without further ado, let's get the heater all set up and we'll see if it works. Wish me luck. Now before I actually put the diesel heater in place, I'm going to affix the exhaust and the air intake to the bottom of the diesel heater. And to fit the exhaust, it simply slides over the exhaust outlet like that, and then a Jubilee clip goes over it. But me myself, because these Jubilee clips aren't very good, I like to use 2 of them. And what I do, I place them opposite each other, so they're like this, arrange them in this type of fashion. That way they really do clamp down on the exhaust and make sure that it doesn't come loose, and it most certainly won't leak. That's the important thing. So the first one goes over, and then we do it up using a flexi drive. This is a flexi drive with I think it's 7mm. Most Jubilee clips are 7mm. Yep, there you go, that fits there. So that goes on there. One of these screwdriver handles on there. Oops, if I can get it in, that's it. And then we do that up. And you have to use, well you don't have to use, but it's a lot easier to use a flexi drive because of the casing of the all-in-one diesel heater. I don't think I'd ever make a nurse, would I?
Probably not.
You wouldn't want me to bandage you up if you had an accident. I think as long as it's covered.
Not too bad on that bit.
Yeah. So it comes with 4 of these cable ties things, metal cable ties. So I'm just gonna one up that end, one here. Put one over that bulgy bit. Pull it tight and then bend it back on itself. I think that'll come undone. Before we put the diesel heater in place, I'm going to screw it down. Makes perfect sense to do that, and that is simply using 4 screws, 1 in each corner. And there. So right, let's put it through the hole and see what happens. Oh, first, I think it'd be a good idea to plug the electric plug in, because that's going to be up against the wall. So yeah, that's it, that's the box. Okay, so the diesel heater is screwed firmly to the plinth. We've got our insulated hole, our exhaust pipe is insulated, so let's poke it through the hole and see what happens. And my assistant is going to help me slowly down it to touch the sides. That's it, we're in. I'll screw that on. That's it. So now the plinth is screwed to the wall. This is screwed to that. It's a little bit unsturdy, but I don't think anyone's going to knock that over. And that's it. That's the air filter fitted. We'll screw this air filter just up underneath there like that. There you go, that's it. Cool. That's the air filter fitted. Now I need to go to my van, get some diesel. While I'm getting some diesel, can you find somewhere to plug that in?
Yes, I
yeah.
can. What, like a extension lead?
Or a plug, will it fit up there? Is it long enough?
Where is that one?
Oh look!
No.
It's about that much too short. The cable is literally that much too short. Okay, so we solved the problem of the lead being too short, because this was about that much too short. My lovely assistant just wired up another plug. She did it really quickly as well. I'm well impressed. Right, so now all we've got to do is plug that in. We won't turn it on just yet because we need to put diesel in it first. Let's have a look, see if we've got anything coming up on there before we do that. Yes, we've got something, and it says 12 volts. I'll turn that off. And we've got some diesel here that I just happen to have spare in my end. We won't put too much in there. I want to save some for myself.
Yeah.
The building industry aren't allowed to use it in their diggers on site anymore.
They changed the rules, yeah. Yeah. Right, so we're fueled up. Power. Now, what did I do with the remote? Actually, you can use this on. You can pair this to Bluetooth as well.
What?
But we won't do that today. We're just going to switch it on.
Yankee boot.
Will it work? Wish us luck.
Yeah.
It should work because I had it running in my van. I actually made a video installing this in my van and messing around with Bluetooth. And I couldn't get it to pair to my phone.
Oh, that one.
I don't know what I was doing wrong. Becky got her phone out and it paired it straight away. But the odd thing is, once Becky had paired this to her phone, it paired straight away to my phone as well. There it goes, it's ticking.
Yeah. Does that mean it's heating it up inside?
That's the diesel pump, pumping diesel into the heater. And it's cheap way of heating the building. If you use a fan heater on your 240 volt, it costs a fortune to use one of them.
Yeah.
So using a diesel heater makes perfect sense.
Was that why people were asking if you can use it to heat your house up?
Because it's just cheaper to run.
Yeah.
But you must get a carbon monoxide detector. Your dad did say he was going to buy one, so get on his case. Because if that exhaust does leak, you'll get exhaust fumes in here.
Yeah.
And
Go to hospital.
you will not go to the hospital, go to your grave.
Yeah.
Because carbon monoxide can actually kill you. It's
Yeah,
like you sit in this chair, you'll fall asleep, you won't wake up.
Right. That'd be a pretty peaceful way to go, honestly.
Yeah,
You
but
wouldn't even know.
you don't really want to go just yet.
No.
They probably smell a bit first because I've only used it for about 5 minutes in my van.
Yeah.
It's still pretty new. And again, the nice thing is it's only 12 volts. So this transformer won't be pulling a lot of voltage.
Yeah.
And it's super cheap to run, really cheap. Well, there you go, folks, that was a success. It just goes to show you can actually use one of these diesel heaters inside a building using a domestic supply, but although you do need that transformer. And of course I will put a link to that transformer in the description of this video. Now, although we're using this diesel heater to heat the workshop, if you're thinking about fitting one of these diesel heaters into your house, I highly recommend you don't actually install the unit inside your building. It's a lot better to actually put one of these outside your building under a cover and then simply make a hole through your wall, or you could use your cat flap and use the tube that comes with it. This is expandable. This simply slides over the air outlet, and then you can poke this through, say, a cat flap or a hole in your wall if you want to fit the diesel heater in a more permanent fashion. However, if you do decide to fit one of these inside a building, whether it be a shed, a workshop, or even in your house, it's very important that you fit a carbon monoxide detector just in case it does have an exhaust leak. And I can't stress that enough. Please do, if you fit one of these inside your building or inside your camper van, no matter where you have it, make sure you get a carbon monoxide detector just to be on the safe side. Very important. I can't stress that enough. Well, I hope you found this video mildly entertaining, slightly informative. If you did, then please do give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoyed watching this video, I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy watching this video that I'm going to post up here. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra for now.